Let's start with the traditional invocation. If you like, you can join me. Om Bhadram Karnebhi Srinuyama Devaha Bhadram Pashyemakshabhirya Jatraha Sthirairangai Stushtvagam Sastanubhi Vyashema Devahitai Yadayuhu Swasti na Indro Vriddhashravaha Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha Swasti nastarksho arishtanemihi Swasti no brihaspatir dadhatu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om, O gods, may we hear what is auspicious with our ears. May we see all auspicious things with our eyes while praising the gods with steady limbs. May we enjoy a life that is beneficial to the gods. May Indra of ancient fame be auspicious to us. May the supreme all-knowing Pusha be propitious to us. May Garuda, the destroyer of evil, be well-disposed towards us. May Brihaspati ensure our welfare. Om, peace, peace, peace. Namaste, and it's wonderful to be back here in this beautiful atmosphere at the Shivananda Yoga Ashram once again. And the subject is the Mandukya Upanishad with the Mandukya Karika. This subject, it's actually the heart of Vedanta. It is properly in the path of knowledge, the way of knowledge. You see, spirituality, it comes in different forms, different paths. Let's put it this way. There can be one approach which is based on devotion, the way of bhakti, of love. The distinguishing characteristic of which is that we have devotion and faith in God. The way of love, of devotion, cannot start without faith. If from the very beginning you start questioning, why should I believe, then that's not the way for you. But if I can believe, if I can start with faith, with Shraddha, then the way of devotion is very powerful. So there I believe and proceed. Most religions are like that, most religious paths. In all the major world religions, most of it is bhakti actually, devotion. But there comes another path, the path of yoga, which says, no, not so much bhakti, but experience. When you come and do yoga here, whether it is the Hatha Yoga or the meditation, the Raja Yoga, there it is not enough to say, I believe in yoga. Will I get the benefits? No, you have to do it. You've actually got to do it, then only you get the benefits. You have to do the Hatha Yoga to get the benefits for your health. You have to do the meditation to get the higher experiences promised in Raja Yoga. The path of Patanjali Yoga says, spirituality is not just a matter of belief, but it's a matter of experience. Practice these techniques. This is the way you sit and breathe. This is the way you focus and visualize. And eventually, long, stabilized practice over a long period of time, dedicated practice, you will get the various mystic experiences promised in these texts. And that proves to us the truth of spirituality, that it's real. There's something in it. We actually experience it. That's the path of yoga, the path of experience. As distinguished from these, the path of belief and the path of experience. By the way, when I say path of belief, path of experience, path of knowledge, I'm not making a watertight compartment. In each of these paths, the others are also present, but predominantly. So path of belief, path of experience. Now comes the path of knowledge, where the objective is neither believing in something, nor is it getting extraordinary experiences, mystical experiences, but rather investigating our ordinary experience to discover the ultimate reality about ourselves. What do I mean by ordinary experience and mystic experience? I have had the vision of Kali or Jesus, mystic experience. Most of us don't have it, suppose. It's limited to a few. Not only limited to a few, even those mystics, for them it comes and goes. It was not constant. It came as a result of intense spiritual practice. So those are mystic experiences, rare, very valuable, rare. But in the path of knowledge, what is used is reasoning, inquiry. Inquiry into what? Investigation into what? Into our experience, daily experience, something that everybody has. In this Upanishad, we'll take up the experience of waking, dreaming, deep sleep. Who does not have these experiences? We are all awake, at least most of us. Because Vedanta, occupational hazard, is it immediately takes you into the state of dreaming or deep sleep. But stay awake for the duration. So these experiences serve as the material for investigation. So in the path of knowledge, it's not a question of belief. It's not even a question of getting certain specific mystical experiences, but rather investigating the daily experience of living and thereby discovering the ultimate. See, ultimately in all of these paths, it is promised that there is something to be found. Call it God or Brahman or Nirvana, whatever you call it. The common factor in all paths of spirituality, there's a claim that there is something to be found, by finding which, realizing which, seeing which, attaining which, we go beyond suffering. Dukkha nivritti, the cessation of suffering, this is the promise of spirituality. At a temporary level, we get it in the world through all kinds of both secular and other kinds of practice. But ultimately, the Buddha's quest to go beyond suffering completely, that is the path of spirituality. Attainment of lasting and profound peace and joy, and going beyond suffering. Path of knowledge. Swami Brahmananda shared a nice anecdote with me about Carl Jung, the great psychoanalyst. Towards the end of his life, he was interviewed by BBC and he was asked, "Do you believe in God?" He said, "I do not believe in God. I know God." You see, I do not believe in God, I know God. Believe in God, path of love and devotion. I know God, that is the culmination of the path of knowledge. So what we're going to talk about here, it lies firmly in the path of knowledge. So in the next few classes, that's what I'm going to talk about. Now, this was just to make things clear about what we are going to do here. If you ask, so are you saying we should abandon our devotional practices and meditation and all do the path of knowledge? Which is the better path? Which one should we follow? The answer is all of them. All of them. All the great teachers of Sanatana Dharma never excluded any path. Devotion, meditation, indeed service, karma yoga, which many of us we are doing. I see so much karma yoga going around here, service. And knowledge, Jnana Yoga. All of them are components to a wholesome spiritual life. It's just that different masters, different spiritual teachers had a different mix of these. So for example, Shankara, the great teacher of non-dualism, whose text we are going to take up, Shankara, he kept knowledge at the top. But you start with karma, with action, karma yoga, and proceed to upasana or Raja Yoga and Bhakti Yoga, meditation. And then finally, Jnana Yoga, the path of knowledge. By karma, according to Shankara, in Shankara's structure, by karma yoga, one gets purification of mind. With a purified mind, when you meditate, you get a concentrated mind. And when we have a pure and concentrated mind, and we come to this, the path of knowledge, then by the path of Jnana Yoga, knowledge arises, ignorance is removed, and we get enlightenment and liberation. Karma Yoga removes impurities of the mind. Raja Yoga or meditation removes the distractions of the mind. And finally, Jnana Yoga, the path of knowledge, removes ignorance from the mind. That's Shankara's structure. So you can clearly see he's privileging knowledge above all others, but others are not excluded. They are preparatory. If you come to a teacher like Ramanuja, who lived about 1,000 years ago, there, almost the same structure. Action first, but then knowledge second. Higher than action is knowledge, but higher than knowledge is love. So in his path, love comes at the highest. Outermost action, inner to that is knowledge, innermost is love. But you see, my point is, all the great teachers included all of these paths.